Thank you for listening to another episode of TeeVo and the Beard. This episode has been brought to you in part by social support from Mark Gunn. Find out more about the Kelp Father at markgunn.com and look him up on iTunes under Irish and Celtic Music Podcast. It's also been brought to you by support from Blame Your Brother Podcast. You can find out more about them at bybpod.com. And also, of course, we'd like to thank all of our lovely listeners. Thank you and enjoy the show. Welcome to another episode of TeeVo and the Beard.
You can't see us, but I am TeeVo, and that is the Beard.
Yes, and today is going to be definitely a getting to know your podcaster episode. Yeah. We're going to go deep into the crushes.
We teased it. Mm-hmm. We're doing it.
Yes, we're men of our words.
Even though we are dedicating pretty much a whole episode, I was writing them down. And I cannot talk about every single woman that floats my boat.
No, we don't have enough time for
and
that.
Some of it's not even interesting reasons. They just do. And, well, I don't want to bore you guys with that.
Yeah. While some of our things will be, body and stuff like that. We will have some misogyny and sexism just here a little bit.
But nothing demeaning.
Nothing demeaning.
At least we don't
mean to be.
We're not coming from a demeaning point of view.
Yeah, we'll be giving our examples of crushes that there are other reasons beyond their looks.
Yes,
where some of them you're gonna think we're lying, but because we're guys.
Yeah.
But before we do that, we've got a couple trailers to talk about. So the first one that interested me was the Inhumans trailer.
I was reading the worst place to go when you want to feel good about something is the internet.
Oh yeah, especially the comments section.
Yes. I don't see the big deal about the Inhumans trailer. Yeah. I mean, granted, is it the best thing we've seen? No. But does it look like it's going to entertain me? Yeah. And that's all I want.
Right.
But if you want to go on Twitter, oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they are not fans at all.
Everyone has opinions there.
Has a strong opinion.
Yeah.
And while we didn't get much in the trailer as far as story, no more than the first one we got.
Right.
Basically, Black Bolt, King of the Inhumans on Adelan, is going to get banished by his brother, Maximus the Mad. Go forth. Yeah,
it was, even though the trailer itself didn't really impress me, I mean, it was a 2-minute long trailer.
Yeah.
I think it should have been like half that.
Yeah.
It didn't impress me, but I can see if you know nothing about the Inhumans or this world, it was a good trailer because it introduces people, it introduces, the concept of what's going on and everything. And so while...
And you know what, people, they've already said, it's 8 episodes. I mean, you can't shut up about 8 episodes.
Yeah, and you don't have to go see it in IMAX.
No, they're going to show it on TV.
Yeah.
With extra footage.
Exactly.
So, and again, 8 episodes. Not like they're saying, we're roping you into 22 episodes. You gotta like this.
Yeah.
No, it's like 8 episodes.
If you watch it, great. If not, I mean, I'm sure we will talk about it once it starts. At least as long as it impresses us.
Well, again, 8 episodes.
Yeah,
it's not iZombie.
No, not iZombie.
I can plow through 8 episodes.
Right.
We did plow through 8 bad episodes of iZombie. So I think,
if we can do that for iZombie, we can definitely do it for the Inhumans.
Exactly. But same with iZombie. I didn't expect it being, lackluster in large chunks of the season.
Yeah.
But, that didn't stop it from doing it.
Right.
But going into Inhumans, I'm not expecting it like certain people on Twitter.
Yeah. The thing that though did surprise me about this trailer is, because first I watched it at work, so it was on mute.
Right.
So I was like, okay, it's a very aesthetically pleasing trailer. They're doing good with the special effects and all that. What surprised me when I listened to it during my break, though, with the sound, is the lack of humor in there, because Marvel is kind of known for having at least some little drop of humor. This has 0, unless I missed a joke in there.
And I think maybe that's a choice for the characters. And again, maybe we'll get it later.
Yeah, but I could see it working, but
I think maybe what it looks like in the first 2 episodes, we're going to see all the causing action in it. So maybe they don't have time for that. And maybe when they get settled in episodes 3 to 8,
then it gets
we get to know them a little better. We know the stakes. We know the situation we're in. So maybe, we and them loosen up a bit.
Yeah. Well, the thing that didn't help this trailer as far as humor goes is the previous Marvel trailer we got was Ragnarok.
Yeah.
And with the whole I know him from work thing.
But I think, that again, it's that same point. We've known Thor.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know the certain situation he's in Ragnarok, but we know him. We know Hulk.
Yeah.
It's that level of comfort we're already at. Whereas the Inhumans, we don't have that yet.
Yeah.
We don't know them at all.
Yeah. And it may, like you said, it may just be a different road that Marvel's trying to take, and more power to them.
And 8 episodes.
Breaking the mold. Yeah. 8 episodes.
We can do it.
Yeah. Now the other.
Yes, I'll buy it on Blu-ray.
Of course. You gotta drink that Marvel Kool-Aid.
I do. Yeah. I mean, there are flavors of Kool-Aid I may not enjoy, but I still drink them.
There you go. So the other trailer that you have more of a dog in the fight for the other trailer than I do. It's another Marvel one, The Defenders.
Yes.
So I really love that the Stan Lee trailer.
Yes.
Where he's explaining, what type of heroes these are. But since you do have a little bit more history with all the characters.
Yes.
I know Jessica Jones and Daredevil. I'm going to let you kind of take the reins on what you thought about this trailer.
Yeah, I watched it really quick, so I didn't have time to fully analyze it. I think it was more of a fan-pleasing trailer because they used a lot of footage from the shows.
Okay, yeah.
So in terms of new footage, we didn't get a lot. So maybe I was really kind of just listening to it rather than watching it at a point. It's like, oh, okay, well, these are clips we've seen before. Yeah. But I mean, it's a good trailer. It's a good trailer to get us, involved and hyped up for it.
Yeah. You know what characters are coming.
Exactly.
You know that it's going to be. This one is definitely the darker.
I think the inclusion of Stan narrating it is just more for us because Stan is
definitely.
Stan is not in the shows.
Right.
He has picture cameo. That's all we get.
Yeah.
So this maybe was kind of to bridge the live action with these shows in particular.
Yeah. My
thoughts on that.
Oh yeah, yeah. How do you like the little cameo at the end?
I mean, that part,
yeah,
you gotta appreciate the Punisher.
Yeah.
So that did, made me rewind a bit. But
yeah, because I wasn't expecting that. I was just enjoying the Stan Lee narration there, and I think he needs to narrate more commercials.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it was solid. I'll definitely still be watching a show.
I'm sure you're going to binge through that, and then we'll do an episode on it.
I think that also is 8 episodes or so.
Okay, so they're not doing the 13 for that one?
No, I think they want it, because, we already know them.
Right.
So, and we know a little bit of what might be coming from Daredevil's show. So I think, they're just going to go right into it.
Okay.
Which, it's great.
Yeah, because if you're not already familiar with the characters, their shows exist on Netflix. You have time to check it out.
And unlike other shows on Netflix, because they're Netflix exclusive people, they're never going away.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is why that's why they have the Netflix logo.
Yep.
Because you do not have to worry about them expiring.
Exactly. It's not going to be like Psych and just disappear on us one day.
Or Firefly.
Or Firefly.
Buffy.
Or Firefly keeps bouncing back and forth. Yeah. Because sometimes you can catch it on Crackle, sometimes on Netflix.
Exactly.
So, yeah, at least it exists.
Yes. But these Netflix shows, Netflix Marvel, they're forever.
Yeah. So and it comes out on the 18th?
18th of August.
18th of August, yeah.
So I may not be able to do a show that day.
Yeah. But we'll definitely have a Defenders themed show at some point after that.
Probably maybe a couple days after that.
Yeah.
I might have to do a special scheduling for that one.
Yeah.
But it's for good reason. It's for work.
Exactly.
I'm doing research, people.
We're doing this for you guys out there. And this is for the audience.
Exactly.
And so that does it for the trailers. We had a couple of pieces of bad news come in during the week. I'm not a Linkin Park fan.
So, you know what? This is so embarrassing for me to admit that I would like to pause so I can tell you.
Okay.
And then you can react to it. So, we're going to take a mini break.
Mm-hmm. And then we'll come right back.
So I just revealed a little embarrassing thing about me. What did you think about it?
I mean, it was sad news because anytime somebody takes their own life, it's not like somebody living with cancer, somebody
or old age.
Old age,
because we also lost Martin Landau.
Right,
and
he was 180, I think.
No offense to Landau.
No, great for living that long.
Yeah, but sad. I enjoy him as an actor, but when you live to your 80s,
yeah,
I mean you look at your life,
Yeah.
you have a lot to choose from, and he certainly could.
Oh, yeah.
So that's, while it's tragic, you know, it's just life.
Right.
Something like Chester from Linkin Park, that's, you know, that's a whole different level of tragic and sadness there.
And of course, we try not to get too serious or political on here, but I do want to throw it out there. If anybody is feeling depressed, feeling like suicide's the answer, ask for help.
Yeah.
That's, because this kind of stuff only gets mentioned when a celebrity does it, like with Robin Williams, with him, that's the only time it gets kind of put in the limelight for people who need attention to get it. So, take it from TeeVo and the Beard here, Yeah. But the other sad news, and I'm hoping this is part of a large trick that he's playing.
So when I found this out, I reached out to the Beard saying, well, you have to say something.
Right.
You have told me so much of how you enjoy horror films.
Right.
And he is a seminal part of that conversation.
Yeah.
So we would be remiss if, at least you didn't. I know who he is. We are talking about the great George Romero.
Right.
And I feel comfortable saying great because I'm not a fan of that particular subgenre. And while I know who he is, it didn't do anything for me.
Yeah. While I'm not a huge modern zombie fan, like I don't watch Walking Dead and stuff like that.
Right.
The original stuff, the stuff that led to this, I think it's art.
Yeah.
It is back when horror movies used to be actual art, pieces of art movies.
Oh no, I recently saw, this past Halloween, I finally saw the original Night of the Living Dead.
Okay. And what did you think about it?
I got bummed out.
Yeah.
Spoiler, the guy you like the whole movie gets killed, not by zombies, by the way.
Right.
It gets killed by the police.
Yeah.
So that turned me off the movie.
Yeah.
I know it's art, and there was more meaning behind certain things.
Yeah.
But it still incredibly bummed me out.
Which says a lot about the movie and about the director.
Yeah.
Right there is, that he was able to elicit this actual, emotion beyond fear.
Yeah.
Based on this.
Yeah. It bummed me out, but it's just incredible because, I grew up, in the modern age of horror, in the modern age of zombie stuff.
Yeah.
I know I don't watch it, but it's out there.
Right.
And it's stamped with the term zombie.
Right, yeah.
So to watch the thing that spawned it.
Basically,
in a movie where they don't even say zombie.
Exactly, yeah.
But and he did it. I mean, that's, while I didn't grow up with him, I didn't, maybe not liked him as much as, other directors I can respect in the horror genre, you gotta give props there.
Oh, definitely, because I believe he's going to go down in the movie world the same way, like, the Renaissance painters and Michelangelo and all that are looked at. It's like, this is why we have this sort of thing.
What other films, were you a big fan of him particularly, or were you just kind of, were a casual fan?
I was a fan of horror first, and then I found him.
Okay.
Because I first saw, the 80s horror and stuff like that, slasher films, and so I thought this is what horror was, and then I saw stuff that he made, like Night of the Living Dead, and at first when I saw that as a kid, I wasn't interested because they're slow moving, there's not a lot of dialogue in that movie at all, and the first time I saw it was in black and white,
right?
So I thought it was boring, but then I grew to respect it, and while I will be the first to admit, I've never gone out and, been seeking for George Romero work, I know, if something of his is on, I will definitely watch it. Yeah. But yeah, I can't, excuse me. I can't really think of a list of his stuff. He's not like John Carpenter or Wes Craven for me.
I will say, when Wes Craven passed away, that spoke to me a little more than this. No disrespect to him.
Yeah.
But I think he just made the more iconic films for me as a non-horror person. And when I talk about horror, I am so unqualified. So that just shows where Wes Craven was. But the name George Romero and what he meant and the legacy of it all, you can't escape that.
Well, kind of like you said earlier, when we look at Wes Craven, he created characters.
Right.
George Romero created a subgenre.
Yeah.
Because without him, zombies are the biggest example, of course. Without him, we would not have The Walking Dead. We wouldn't have iZombie.
Yeah.
Because people wouldn't have had that inspiration that he gave.
Yeah. And amongst many other things. Many things.
Yeah.
So I think...
But kind of like when we talked about Adam West, it's hard not to talk about Batman.
Yeah.
So with George Romero, we would be bad podcasters if we didn't talk about zombies.
Exactly. So R.I.P. George Romero.
Yes, and everybody else this week. That is the suckiest thing about getting older, is you see more people die because you're actually paying attention to
But again,
things.
with Martin Landau and George Romero, they lived a pretty,
Yeah, and George Romero especially has a legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They lived a life.
Yeah.
It's sad, but you can be happy that, hey, they had a lot of years on this earth.
Yeah. I mean, Romero's left so much of a legacy that I was watching a very bad B movie. I don't even want to call it a B movie. It was made by Asylum.
Right.
So they purposely make bad movies. And it was about zombies. It was called The Stoner Zombie and the Co-Ed or something like that.
Awesome.
With a cat named Romero.
There you go.
So it's like they try to fit him in anywhere they can.
Got to.
Yeah. But in brighter news...
One last bit of news, and we'll go... Yeah.
Okay, the brighter news. Yeah.
The one last bit of news before we go into the main event.
Yes. We have a 13th Doctor.
Yes.
Or 14th, depending on if you want to include the War Doctor and all of that.
Some Doctor Who fans probably just yelled at you.
They did. They are cursing me. They are turning off their podcast and writing
I just want to say that I do not watch Doctor Who.
Now they're cursing you and writing mean letters.
There you go.
They are a fickle bunch.
We are just offending them so much.
We are, yes. And it's really offensive to Doctor Who fans, having a female Doctor.
Okay, first of all, this is from an opinion of someone who does not watch the show.
Mm-hmm.
What's the problem?
Personally, from the Beard's point of view, I do not speak for Doctor Who fans at all. I do not speak for anybody but myself on this.
I don't think Doctor Who fans even speak for Doctor Who fans.
They don't. I want a Doctor who will play the part well.
Yeah.
Male, female, fish, don't care. But... typically, the Doctor, who is a Time Lord, not a Time Lady, which does exist in this universe, it is expected that every time he regenerates, he comes back as another Time Lord, another male. I don't get it. I think because see, I have zero opinion on her as the Doctor.
I have opinions on her as an actress. I've seen her in a film. Have you seen this movie called Attack the Block?
Yes. Yeah.
Did you know that she was the chick in it?
I didn't realize that. No.
Yeah, the main lady.
Okay.
The one that helps out the Finn from Star Wars. And,
and everybody in that movie.
And Firestorm. The lady. Yeah. Okay. That's the Doctor.
Okay.
So when they said her, I did a quick IMDb. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I actually know you.
Okay.
And I enjoyed the one thing you did.
Yeah.
That I've seen. So kudos. Hey, good job for getting work.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you have ones like Christopher Eccleston, who can be a great actor. Mm-hmm. I don't like him as the Doctor.
Really?
Really, yeah. I know, more hate mail is coming towards me now. This is why we don't give up.
Including probably Chris Eccleston.
Probably, yeah. He's the one Doctor that listens to our show. But, some people like him, some people don't. And I think they should view the first female Doctor the same way. Either, give her a chance to...
I was talking to the ghost we call Mike. Mm-hmm. And, he brought up a really good point. The great thing, or not... Again, I don't know. I don't watch it.
Right.
But the great thing about Doctor Who is that if you don't like this person, don't worry. They'll go away at some point, and then you can come back.
And also, you can rewatch hundreds and hundreds of episodes, like the old ones.
Yes. You got past, and you can look forward to the future.
Right.
So like you used to say with Christopher Eccleston.
He lasted one season.
I didn't like him.
Yeah, he was gone.
I'll wait.
Yeah.
And if you...
And David Tennant was awesome after that.
Yeah.
So.
And if you don't like her for fair reasons, other than the obvious, again, Twitter is very mean.
Yes, very.
And Facebook and Instagram can be at times.
Yeah.
But if you don't like her for fair reasons, just wait.
Yeah.
If you are a fan, you know that they eventually go away.
Yeah.
No one stays the Doctor for... some stay there longer than others, but
right, and normally it's because they're really good at being the Doctor, And
if if you don't like her, wait till she regenerates.
Right. Yeah.
But as far as me,
and then cross your fingers that it's somebody who's good
that you want this time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how it works out.
Yeah.
But I think he was reading a very smart person on Facebook, goes who call Michael Street smart comment of how James Bond changes actors, but they're always a guy.
Right.
And then
always a white guy, too.
To his reply, well, James Bond is also a human being on this planet. We are talking about an alien time traveler who shifts into different people.
Yeah.
Little more fluid would one.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Putting that out there.
Yeah, because we like to remind our listeners that these shows are fictional.
Yes.
Yeah.
And movies.
Granted, James Bond is fictional also,
yes.
but it is
not that it's better to argue about James Bond, but look where you're coming from.
But James Bond is also more based in fact and things that actually have gone on in the spy world.
Yeah. But look where you're putting your argument. Yeah.
So, kudos to her. Hopefully she does a great job.
I hope for her as well.
I'm going to definitely check it out. But if she is not good as the Doctor, then that has nothing to do with her gender.
Yes.
Yeah, it just happens that she does not fit that role, and so be it. Yes. There will be another one eventually.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I hear they recant the whole number of regenerations, so...
Yeah, that, as a Doctor Who fan, that part gets my ire up a little bit. But
again...
Unless I see less people complaining about that than I see complaining about the gender.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, if you're going to have a problem, let's go with the canon.
Yeah. But whatever. Hey.
Yeah. But that's them. If you don't like it, don't watch it. But what you do...
we have always said that. If you don't like it, it's okay. You don't have to.
Exactly. And
in fact, if you don't watch it, they might change her faster.
They might, yeah. No ratings means they need to do something.
Exactly. Not again, Miss Jodie Whittaker. Again, if you happen to be listening from jolly old England,
right?
I'm not advocating that you go away.
Right.
This is more of a...
I advocate you be good at it.
I advocate that you stay in for 10 years and really, really show them.
Right.
But this is more of a message to the fans.
Yes.
Don't purposely sadden yourself.
Yeah. But on that note, we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to come back and talk about some other famous women in our lives with our Celebrity Crushes Extended Edition.
Yeah.
And we're back, and we have our lists in front of us here.
Yes, mine is a little more info.
Yeah, mine's a bit more organized than yours.
I just jotted down people that float my boat.
Yeah.
The Beard has categories. I would try to fit these women.
And I'm sure they will.
Yes, into particular categories.
For anybody who may have missed our first episode, talking about celebrity crushes, they can go back and listen to it.
Yes.
But I'd like to kind of give a brief rundown of three main categories we talked about then.
Yes.
We won't go into detail about why we liked them. They can go listen to that. But my very first celebrity crush, Raquel Welch.
Yeah.
Yours was?
Elisa Reyes.
Yeah. My first real crush, though, was Jodie Sweetin from Full House.
Nev Campbell.
Right.
Actually, a good tie between Nev Campbell and Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Right, yeah. For
similar reasons. And you can fact check me if I match them or not.
I think that one's right because of the reasons behind it. And then the longest for me has been Elvira.
Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway, yeah. So now we can get into the meat and potatoes of this. So one thing we didn't really discuss at all was vocal crushes. Because sometimes you can like a singer.
Oh, got one.
Okay.
And it's not a singer, but I just love her voice.
Well, I've got three different vocal categories on my list here. We'll start with one of the smaller ones. At least for me, there's only one person on this part. Your female country singing crush. Mine's Dolly Parton. I'm going old school with this.
Sounds so lame.
I do love her voice.
I'm going to sound so lame.
You're going to say Taylor Swift, aren't you?
No.
Okay, because she'll write a song about you.
It's going to sound so lame because it's so pop culture more than anything, but...
Yeah.
Carrie Underwood.
Okay. I could see that, yeah.
Have you ever seen the Cowboy Casanova video?
No. I will make sure to look it up, though.
Look it up.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
If anything, that was the first one. It's like, Carrie, huh? It's like, oh, American Idol girl, whatever.
Right.
So you said your name was Carrie?
Carrie. Or do you prefer Miss Underwood?
Yes.
It's either way. Yeah, if Dolly wants me to call her Miss Parton, I will. Gladly.
Oh, there is. I guess there is a subcategory in mine. I don't write it down, but if they made me their slave, I would be like, okay.
Yeah.
There are a couple women on here. It's like, okay, whatever you want.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. To go on with the vocal one, so your pop crush, your pop music.
Selena Gomez.
Okay, not a surprise coming from you. Yeah,
this is the history between the beard and I.
Yeah.
One of the first things probably a lot of people know about me is I love Selena Gomez.
Yeah.
Maybe in various degrees over the years, but I mean, she still is pretty much on high on the list.
Yeah, and I think she has vampire blood because you see recent pictures of her, and she looks younger than she used to look. I mean, she looks more mature, but her
mature and younger at the same time.
Yeah, she's a vampire.
Yeah,
mine is Katy Perry, who cannot choose a look.
I do enjoy Katy Perry.
Yeah,
so that's a high one for me too.
Yeah, but there's very few pop singers that I can listen to actually without even music videos, just to actually listen to on the radio or whatever. And Katy Perry is one of those.
But again, if you want to go on lovely Twitter,
yeah,
in today's time we seem to be a minority about Katy Perry.
Yeah, no, that's very true. Yeah,
I don't know why.
Yeah, no,
I don't get it.
Yeah,
but I've liked Katy Perry since I first learned. So your name's Katy Perry,
right? Yeah.
All right, we're long term now.
It's like, you like cats? I like cats. No, cats are cool.
We're long term now, lady.
Yeah.
We're in this together.
Oh, you're dating Russell Brand? You'll break up with him and come back to me.
Don't
worry.
You married him? Yeah. You'll divorce him.
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Oh, he did. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Let me comfort you.
Yeah. You dated John Mayer? Oh.
Everybody's dated John Mayer. So, and then my all-time vocal crush, though, is on Broadway, and that's Bernadette Peters. Known for 11 billion different roles, but I could listen to her sing the phone book, and I could watch her sing the phone book.
I'm gonna go on a different tangent on that one.
Okay.
Since Broadway is singing, but it's also acting.
True.
There's something about this young lady I'm about to say.
Okay.
And I don't know what it is about her, but she obviously has a striking look, but she has a very great voice.
Okay.
Her name is Zoe Lister-Jones.
Huh.
You can see her currently in an indie film that she wrote and directed called Band-Aid right now. I haven't seen it, but I want to.
Yeah. And
she's also on a show called Life in Pieces right now.
Okay.
I don't know what it is about her voice. She's got this kind of husky-esque, but I hate to use that word to describe it because it's not really it. But
yeah. So it's not quite Amy Winehouse?
No.
Yeah.
And I don't know if she can sing or not.
Okay.
Even though the film Band-Aid is a semi-music one.
Okay.
But, I assume she can. If she wanted to put herself out there and do it.
I don't know. I've seen the movie Mamma Mia. You don't have to be a singer to be in a musical.
Oh.
Sorry, Pierce Brosnan. I know you're listening.
But I remember I first saw that show, Life in Pieces. And I maybe have seen her or heard of her name, but maybe didn't register.
Right.
But first few episodes, something about you and your voice is a very large part of it.
Yeah. So see, we're not all just about the looks here on TeeVo and the Beard. There are other aspects.
Yes.
And one of the aspects that I look for in a woman is sense of humor.
Okay.
So I want to talk about comedians.
Anna Faris.
That took no time at all. And I even had 2 categories for comedians.
Okay, well, we'll see which one Anna Faris goes into.
Okay, so first we have the general you enjoy their comedy and their you have a crush on them also.
2 come to mind.
Okay.
So one of them is Anna Faris.
Okay.
Since the year 2000, when I was snuck into the See Scary Movie.
Now, is this one that you saw on purpose or because you were on a date that wasn't going well and you...
Well, I was 11.
I like to reference back to old episodes.
I was 11, so the notion of dating hadn't struck me.
Yeah.
And no, I had to sneak in because... Again, I was 11 trying to go see Scary Movie. My sister had to sneak me in.
Oh, nice. That was nice of her.
So, but something about her, I was like, I don't know what these feelings are, but I like them.
Yeah.
And, well, she keeps making movies, and TV shows, and I
podcasts.
keep watching and podcasts, and I keep being a part of them. And I appreciate that she hasn't left my life since then.
Yeah.
The other one is Kristen Wiig.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good choices.
I had the pleasure of being in the same vicinity of Kristen Wiig once. Mm-hmm. She said something to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it Get Out the Way?
No, so I was an extra in Anchorman 2, and Kristen Wiig and the rest of the cast were in that scene, and she accidentally hit me with a scroll.
Okay.
And she said, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So she seems like a nice, approachable person.
approachable, not really. She's very quiet.
Yeah.
And that's what really shocked me because, well, I know her at that time mostly from Saturday Night Live.
Okay.
And she plays, obviously, the crazy characters and, doing the physical comedy and such. But then, seeing her in person, she's really reserved.
Okay. She just keeps all that energy in for when the camera's on.
Guess so.
Yeah. My top one is Aisha Tyler.
Ooh. Yeah, good one.
Yeah, she's also one. She could almost go into the vocal one also. I don't know if you ever watch Archer.
No, but I am very familiar with Aisha Tyler.
Yeah.
I know exactly what her voice sounds like.
Yep, she's the main character on there, and she brings an extra sexiness to the character that the art cannot do by itself.
Oh, and I think, I guess, she does comedy, and I think it will go back to the vocal one, but I have Mila Kunis on my list.
Okay.
She's most famous for voicing Meg on Family Guy. And granted, she's just literally talking.
Oh, that's going to be a good segue into my next one, actually.
And I'm not demeaning that, voice acting. I mean, voice acting is, still a craft.
Yeah.
But, she's not putting voices like Seth MacFarlane on the show.
No, that's true,
She's just talking. But she's a very striking look to her. I remember the first time I found out what she looked like.
Oh.
And it was like, whoa.
See, I watched that 70s show way before Family Guy. So.
I did not. So when I heard the voice of Meg and the way they treat Meg on the show, it's like, oh, okay. And then, whoa.
So now you know the comedy behind them, calling her ugly and all that.
There is a huge comedy behind it.
Yeah.
But, she has a very distinct voice. I mean, you hear her voice, you go back, you go to that show.
Yeah.
No matter what she's doing sometimes.
Yeah.
And I guess that's a pro and con of that.
Right, yeah.
But I remember seeing her in Ted and just really enjoying the voice and the look.
And funny.
She is very funny.
She's a great comedic actress.
Yeah, and I think she's done a couple, again, not saying that she can't, but maybe she's not getting the right scripts. Yeah. But I've seen her do non-funny things.
Yeah.
Hit or miss. And
we're looking at you, Bad Moms.
I think...
I'm sure that was supposed to be a comedy.
I think Bad Moms would have worked better for me, but not saying that beautiful women can't have 2 kids. Right. But when you look as young as Mila Kunis does, and as beautiful as she does, 2?
Right. 1, maybe.
I would have believed 1.
Yeah.
But 2? Of that age?
Yeah.
Gotta say that I was like, no, I don't believe that.
Yeah, there was a lot wrong with that movie. Though.
I didn't see it, but mainly because when I saw the trailer, seeing that she's shuffling around 2 kids in a minivan, I'm like, 1.
Yeah.
1?
1.
1? We can believe 1.
One in a station wagon, though, not in a minivan.
Yeah, I know a very beautiful women right now who have a child.
Yeah.
And they kept their youthful looks. But... yeah, I just didn't believe it.
Yeah, 2 kids are going to... I've already got gray in the beard from 1 kid, so... 2 kids would probably kill me.
But I mostly was thinking about Oz.
Okay.
You ever see Oz Great and Powerful?
Yeah.
Not saying that she did a bad job, but... that's where the whole Family Guy thing works against her, because when she... spoiler, she's the Wicked Witch of the West.
Yeah.
And when she becomes the Wicked Witch of the West...
you can't be a pretty wicked witch.
Or have the voice of Meg.
That's true, too, yeah.
Because
it's hard to take you seriously.
Because when she was flying in her broom and doing things, I was like, I wanted to be exactly Peter on Family Guy. Shut up, Meg.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. But again, that movie also had a lot of other problems.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But
looking at you, James Franco.
James Franco, look at you a lot.
Yeah. Well, James Franco's really good at playing James Franco.
He is.
Yeah. But we're talking about the women now.
Yeah.
So that kind of, though, segues into the cute comedian category. The cute comedian crush. There we go. And mine is Kristen Shaw. And that almost goes into the vocal thing, too, because her as Louise on...
oh, my God. She is hysterical.
Bob's Burgers. Yeah. But that's another one where she is just using her... most of those actors are just using their own voice, but...
I think that still is...
her voice coming out of a kid is hilarious.
I think... though I wouldn't describe her as cute, I'm going to say more hot comedian.
Yeah.
Natasha Leggero.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who she is?
I've not seen her stuff, but I have seen her on Netflix as a suggestion, yeah.
I don't know if I really... I'm sorry, Natasha. I've actually never seen your comedy, but, You don't have to.
You've seen her? That's enough.
Yeah, I don't have to. So that's... If that sounded terrible, I apologize. But I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
You'd be willing to see her comedy to see her.
Actually, unfortunately I can't. She is playing a show with her husband. So I'm respectful of that.
Right, yeah.
She is playing a show with her husband in Atlanta in a couple weeks. I was really wanting to go. I don't think I can, but... Yeah,
any crush type feelings that we have towards these women, we are completely respectful of them as people.
Yes.
And in any relationship they may be.
Yes.
So you're not looking to...
Well, they sadden me. Yeah, some of them, but respectful nonetheless.
I mean, if Anna Faris dumped Chris Pratt and came running to your door, you're going to take her in open arms.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you're not going to go break up their marriage.
No.
Well, especially not with Chris Pratt.
No.
That's Chris Pratt.
Well, first of all, I don't want to make him sad, and plus, I also think he could kill me.
Right, yeah. He easily. Yeah.
But I also don't want to upset him.
And we've also established you've also got a crush on him, so which one would you pick?
That's true.
Yeah.
But I think if you're going to really ask me that question, Anna Faris is first.
Oh, yeah.
There are privileges to being first.
Yeah, she's got priority.
Yeah.
So... this category is not comic related.
Okay.
So I put that up because this is the warrior category. This is a strong woman who you've had a crush on. Mine, of course, being a child of the 90s, is Xena, played by Lucy Lawless. I watched every episode, and just take one look at her as Xena, and I don't have to really explain where the crush comes from.
I'm gonna go childhood.
Okay.
And current.
Oh, okay.
Childhood, to fit that,
Mm-hmm.
Again, Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yeah.
Buffy, my God.
No, definitely.
As I said in the last time we spoke about this, there was a solid 3-year period where Sarah Michelle Gellar could not do wrong.
Right.
She could have done anything, and I would just be great.
You'd be right there, right in front of the TV, movie screen, whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And not even on screen, even in personal life.
Yeah.
Though she did make me very sad as a young adolescent child when she married Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah.
Not that I had any chance.
Well, she was legally required to.
Not that I had any chance, but it's just I just remember it still bumped me out.
Because for a while in Hollywood, you had to marry somebody famous, and
yes,
you both had to be attractive.
But
it was a horrible time for us normal people.
But, however, kudos to them. They're still married.
Yeah.
So obviously that wasn't a sham or fake.
Right.
That's very
real.
So
many other ones.
So many other ones. So gotta look at that as a positive thing. Hey, they're happy, and it's been a long time since they got married.
Yeah, and she definitely fits in the warrior badassness.
Oh yeah,
as Buffy there.
Oh yeah, and current today. Actually, there's two.
Okay.
Michelle Rodriguez.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I always kind of add things for Michelle Rodriguez. But she is, especially, between her character in Avatar or, the Fast and Furious franchise, she's got that bill.
Yeah.
And Gal Gadot.
Okay.
Come on. Wonder
yeah.
Come on.
And we're going to get into the comics, though. I'm surprised you didn't say Ming-Na Wen, Miss Agent May.
She is in a different category.
Okay.
Ming-Na is in a category where they're crushes, but I respect them too much to objectify them.
Okay.
Yes.
I definitely understand that.
Yes.
Not that we're trying to objectify anyone.
No, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, people, that it has to come out like that.
Yeah.
But just it's always been a category with me, not just making this episode, but really, it's I like you so much that I feel terrible by myself if I look at any parts of your body.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand that. This list could go on so much longer, though, if I brought those.
I'm looking at Brie Larson also as well.
Yeah, I can see that.
I love her so much. She is in a category right now where she can do no wrong.
Yeah.
I will watch anything she does. Mm-hmm. But if I catch myself having
inappropriate thoughts,
I just go, bad TeeVo.
Right.
Bad. You're not supposed to do that. Not with a beautiful woman, a respectable woman like that.
You start washing your brain with soap.
I should.
So this one, I'm not sure if it'll challenge you or not. But this actually was going to be one of my first ones, but then I thought of too many, so I had to wait till I could narrow it down.
Uh-huh.
Alien crush.
I'll let you start.
Okay. Mine kind of is a category and subcategory. It's the Orion slave girls from the original Star Trek series, the green ones, but more specifically, the one from the 2009 remake that Captain Kirk is having a little romantic session with.
Oh.
Yeah. I think her name was Diora Bear or something like that, her real name.
That was Rachel.
No, I think her real name is like her real like
I thought
human name.
I thought she was played by an actress named Rachel Nichols.
Oh no, it's like Diora Baird or something.
Which one are we talking about? Which scene?
The green girl that he's in bed
I thought
with.
I thought that was Rachel Nichols.
The internet will correct us if we're
one of
wrong.
us is right.
Yeah, one of us is right, one of us is wrong. Either way, she was green
and very nice.
Yeah.
Actually, when you said before you even said the 2009 remake of Star Trek.
Yeah.
I was scrambling my head, and she actually did come up.
Okay.
So we're on the same page on that one.
Yeah.
I guess growing up, never really a Star Trek person, because I know certain people have had fantasies about that, especially Star Trek people.
Yeah. I'm not going to deny this at all.
Because Star Wars doesn't give a lot of that particular.
You have the Twi'leks, and then you have Princess Leia in her gold bikini.
Yeah. But they're still, human.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get like the very cool looking ones, like the Star Trek ones have shown you.
Yeah.
So I guess I never really thought
they are specifically called slave girls.
Yes. So I never really thought of it until I saw the remake of Star Trek, and I was like, oh, this is what they're talking about.
Oh, aliens can be hot. All right.
Yeah. Whatever, I don't know her name, but
yeah.
But that one's nice.
Yeah.
So what's your next category?
Okay, so we're just going to agree on that one. The next one's going to be a little bit easier, but I'm curious on yours. Animated crush. There's hot girls out there in the cartoons. We all know this. Mine's Jessica Rabbit from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Mine is...
Always had a thing for redheads.
Mine is Bulma from Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, mine's self-explanatory. If anybody even Googles one picture of her, even on Safe Search, explain yours.
I was about to say, don't. that could go down a very bad rabbit hole.
Nice pun. even on Safe Search, not safe for work.
Yes. Actually, Bulma. It's from an anime called Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah.
Anything Dragon Ball related, you'll find a character named Bulma, and it's not as obvious as Jessica Rabbit, but I grew up with it. I've seen over probably 200 episodes with this character.
Okay.
So, it's a long-standing one.
Yeah.
And also, there are not safe for work pictures. So also, be careful if you're doing this at work.
Yes.
Because it's from an anime. It's from Japanese people. They can get weird, and they did get weird a couple times.
I'm about saying some of the pictures will be directly from the show, where with Jessica Rabbit, you're seeing fan-made stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who's dirtier here?
Yeah, no, I've seen some anime that I've even had to turn off. Like, okay, that's not what I was.
Now, granted,
expecting.
if anybody even knows remotely what Dragon Ball Z is, you know that it's not that kind of anime,
right? Yeah.
But there were some things, obviously, that didn't make it to the American version.
Yeah, but did make it to the internet.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So on a similar tangent there, because this one I think about the animated version more than I think, especially of the movie one. Your mutant crush.
Okay.
Mine is Rogue.
Now, do you think about the
I mostly think about the 90s cartoon.
Not Anna Paquin.
No, I mean...
Nothing against Anna Paquin.
Yeah. But, I mean, she didn't really get enough screen time for me to have too much of an opinion on her. But yeah, I think of the voice, the look, the hair, everything from the animated
Catwoman.
Oh, Catwoman?
Catwoman,
Which
man.
one?
Selena Kyle.
Okay.
Like, all, but it still stems to the comics.
Okay, because I was like, well, she's not really a mutant, but we'll still go with that because my next category is actually comics.
Oh, I thought I forgot you said mutant. I was still just thinking comics.
So we'll come back to Catwoman, but
mutant one. I don't think I really.
You have to think of Storm, Jubilee. I could see you being a Jubilee person.
Actually, Mystique has always been kind of cool to me.
Is it because she could be anyone?
No, I think her movie incarnations. Maybe because they make it too scaly, but the drawn ones in the old cartoons and that show X-Men Evolution.
Okay, yeah.
And even in certain comic forms, I liked the way she looked there.
Yeah, she definitely has more reptilian form in the movies. Yeah. But if you had
to say Jennifer Lawrence is not, or Rebecca Romaine is not fun to look at.
I was about to say, of the two, which one would you pick from the movies?
Rebecca.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I thought we were going to have an age difference there because I was going to go with Rebecca.
As I said, there are advantages to being first.
Yeah. But I thought for sure, since we have such an age difference, that you would go
as one acted better.
Oh, Jennifer Lawrence definitely did the better acting.
Yeah. There is also a reason why one has an Oscar and one has never even been to the Oscars.
Right. And one has more body shots on screen than the other one.
Yep.
Where you have more face shots.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like, Rebecca, people just want to look at you in this painted on costume.
Now it's a costume.
Right.
Now it's an actual costume that they can zip on.
It's like, we actually have respect for the actor this time around, so we're going to dress her.
Yeah.
But to go with the mutants, comics.
Yeah, so I already said Catwoman.
Now, is there a particular version of? Because Catwoman has had film, movies, comics.
If we're not really talking about live action yet, and as we know, my longstanding Anne Hathaway has played Catwoman wonderfully.
Yeah.
But if we're talking strictly non-live action, the Catwoman that was depicted in Batman the Animated Series.
Okay. Yeah.
They drew her eyes so wonderfully.
Yeah.
And maybe to mirror, a little bit of Michelle Pfeiffer. Mm-hmm. That was such a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, my main comic book, squeeze is, of course, Wonder Woman. But that's also one where I kind of go back and forth between having over-respect for, is what we'll say, whereas, I'd rather be her sidekick than anything else. If I would just want to be there to help her.
Yeah.
But then there are other, comics and stuff I see around where I was like, yeah, no, I want to be your sidekick. Big quotation marks in there.
Wow.
But then the other one, because I did have two for that one because of having too much respect for Wonder Woman. Not that you can, but my other one that I admittedly don't have too much respect for is Power Girl.
Well, you can blame the artist for that.
Oh, totally blame the artist on that.
You could totally cover that section of her costume. There is no reason
she was drawn, and again, Google this at home, not at work. But there's
a fine.
They drew her. With Wonder Woman, there are times where she shows more skin, times that she doesn't. To Power Girl, it's always that same look.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you know what Power Girl looks like, people, you know what we are talking about.
Yeah. And normally I don't like blondes, but on her it works.
Is it the blonde?
It's the blonde. It's not the outfit at all.
Yeah, okay.
That's why I never look up cosplayers wearing these outfits. Wonder Woman, cosplayers get a lot more creative on. Yeah. With Power Girl, it's like, nope, white costume, hole in the right place. Yeah.
Actually, I've been to Dragon Con. I've seen many of Power Girls, and I do judge as if you're not going to have, I'm not even going to finish this. Yeah. Not even going to finish that thought.
No, that's true, though.
Not even going to finish that thought.
At least make some.
Not even going to finish the thought.
Yep. So, the last category I have, and then we can kind of go with some of the ones that you haven't listed there. So, you've talked about ones that have been on your list and then dropped off and then come back.
Yes.
So, I got to think about that one, and I don't really have a lot that fit in that category, but a surprising one jumped on mine, and that's Melissa Joan Hart. Because when she was doing Clarissa Explains It All, I had a huge crush on her.
Okay.
And then I forgot about her. And then Sabrina the Teenage Witch came out, and I had a huge crush on her again. And then forgot about her. And then I started thinking about it again. I was like, no, I did. Okay, yeah. No, she definitely fits in the crush category, but it's been that come and go. She only exists when she's in my line of sight for what she's on.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't think I have a good one here. Because I have names crossed off on my list, but I crossed them off in the sense of we don't have time to talk about these people. Not that they are, less important. Yeah,
no, we definitely did not do these in any particular order as far as, importance to our hearts.
I guess one that did lead the list. Mm-hmm. Miley Cyrus.
Okay, I can see that one. Especially, I kind of dig her new look now.
I do, and
she looks like she's bathed.
I'm not saying she can't come back. But if we're talking about left, well, there was a particular time, and it's still kind of there, not back.
Yeah,
and again, she can come back. It's an open invitation, but you need to renew your membership.
Yeah, you need to bathe at least once a month.
Yes.
Watch some of the people you hang out with.
Yes. Which I think She has. Now.
Yeah. So who are some of the runner-ups?
Non-category, but just these are people.
Yeah, non-categorical crushes.
And maybe they'll spark more for you.
Yeah.
So, if I were to... Let's just start off with the category. I said, like, here are particular women that if they said, you are now my sidekick or slave boy, I'd be like, all right, well, bye forever, everybody.
That's the end of TeeVo from TeeVo and the Beard.
Yep, that's it. Yeah. I'm going to live this life now.
Yeah.
Number one, Ksenia Solo.
Okay.
I've had the absolute fortune and pleasure of meeting her at Dragon Con twice now. She was on a show called Lost Girl. Right. And she was on a season of Orphan Black. And she's currently on the show Turn, Washington Spies. Okay. I first saw her in Black Swan. She played a rival black ballerina opposite of Mila Kunis and Natalie Portman. Yeah. And I thought I didn't know her name. And at the time, why should I? Because I think that was one of her first works. Yeah. Just something about her that just struck me right there. Even though she was only in like 2 or 3 scenes. Yeah. It's like, wow, I want to know her name one day. Right, yeah. I feel like I got to know her.
It's funny how the brain works like that sometimes.
Yeah, especially male brains.
Yeah. What gets the neurons firing, let's say.
But it's just something about her that said, I gotta know her. Yeah. And one day, getting ready for Dragon Con, I was seeing the guest list. And she has an interesting name already. So I see this name. I was like, whoa, that sounds like a cool name. So she's on a show called Lost Girl. I don't know this show. I IMDb her. I was like, oh my God, that was her. So I then watched Lost Girl for no reason. The show, wouldn't have interested me otherwise, plot-wise, and if she wasn't there. Yeah. Needless to say, I watched the whole show, and I love that show. Yeah. Now I love it more than her. Yeah. More for reasons other than her.
But like we've talked about in past episodes, there's sometimes an actor or an actress that you're fond of that will get you watching another show or movie.
And that is why I started watching Orphan Black, because one day it said, Ksenia Solo joins season 3. Well, I guess I'm watching Orphan Black. She joins season 2 of Turn. I guess I know what I'm watching. She is in this horror movie called Pet. Well, I guess I'm watching a horror movie tonight.
So this is what we call polite stalking. Yes. Where you're lining their pockets with money in order to watch them.
Don't worry, people. I will share the pictures I have with her. Okay. Actually, she's so nice. Yeah. And I don't know if she could tell that I was that polite stalker, but she's still very nice. Yeah. I met her one year, and we took a certain picture, and then the next year she came. I said, hey, can we do a time jump and recreate this picture? And she was all for it. Oh, nice. And I saw her. I did the Brett Dalton before Brett Dalton. Oh, whoa. She was one I had to see.
Hipster stalking.
I had to see her every day just because I just wanted to tell her that I so much enjoy her work, and whenever you do new stuff, I'm there. Yeah. I don't even care what it is. Yeah. Like she has some indie movie she's out doing right now called In Search of Fellini.
Guess I know what you're watching.
I know what I'm watching. Would it be a movie I would watch without her? Oh, no.
But based on title alone.
Based on title. Yeah. I don't even know what it's about. I just know the title.
I'm guessing they're searching for Fellini.
I just know the title wouldn't have gotten me in. Right. But she did. Yeah. So whenever it comes out on whatever medium I can watch, yes, we'll be there. So that's one. The other person is, her name's Eiza Gonzalez. Okay. Oh, if you've ever seen from Dusk Till Dawn show, she plays Santanico Pandemonium.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with who you're talking about.
And first time I watched that show, and I watched it not for her, because I did enjoy the Robert Rodriguez film, Dusk Till Dawn, and I was like, oh, they're making a show. Interesting. Let's see how it works.
And how they made a show that outshines the movie, I don't know.
Fully,
yeah.
Fully. I remember the first, and this is a tangent on the show. If you'd like us to do a review on the show, we totally will. Yeah. But, I was judging at first. I was like, that guy's playing the George Clooney part. Right. Good luck. Yeah. Good luck. And then
I went in expecting that show not only to be bad, I expected that show to suck.
It did the opposite. Yeah. And her also, going back to her, I was like, you're taking the Salma Hayek part? Right. Good luck. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
And there were parts where, she was telling men to be her slave. And I was like,
okay.
Are you talking to me? Because I will leave and go wherever you are right now.
You want me to be a snake vampire thing? Sure.
I'm yours. Yes, people. The first notion I have of her is because she is all looks.
Yeah.
I am putting it out all looks.
Yeah.
But she carried that show.
Yeah, for sure.
She really did carry the show. And she's become a great actress. She was actually in Baby Driver.
Okay.
Now, granted, they showed the best looking shots of her in the trailer.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're not helping me trying to like her work. But then you see the movie.
Yeah.
And she's not a main character, of course, but she had a pretty good part.
Well, that's how a good vampire snake gets you, is they get you with the looks first, and then you follow them to whatever they're doing.
So she is someone that actually, there are a couple of movies she's coming out right now. And I don't know if I would watch them without her, but she's there, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah, it's kind of funny you mentioned Selma Hayek, because if we were doing extensive lists, she definitely would have been on mine.
Me too.
And from Dusk Till Dawn is one of the reasons there.
I mean, come on.
She improvised that dance.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Like, that is talent.
And that is why, seeing the show, seeing Aiza take that part, was like, you have a high, I am pointing to the ceiling bar to fill. And by God, she did it.
Yep.
She did it.
She did it.
Let's see. Last one on that. Okay, two more. Two more. I'm sorry.
I hope there's a lot of TeeVo to go around because you're going to be a slave to a few women.
Yes, they have to take turns.
Yeah.
This one maybe not as much. Maybe I need more incentive at this point because she's still relatively new. So I need more incentive than be my slave person.
Yeah.
As opposed to Ksenia and Aiza were to say that right now. It's like, okay, all right, fine.
Yeah.
This one's like, where are we going to live?
Okay. There has to be qualifications.
Is there a stipend? At least a slave stipend?
Right. Will I be fed?
Yeah. We need to talk.
Yeah.
But I'm interested.
Yeah.
Her name is Ana de Armas.
Okay.
She was in... Did you ever see Knock Knock? Keanu Reeves, Eli Roth movie?
That sounds familiar, but I'm not picturing it.
I think that's what it's called. It's the one where he plays like a family man, then these two girls like intrude his home, and then they get him to cheat on his wife or something, and then
I think I've heard of it.
Do terrible things to him.
Yeah.
Well, she's one of those girls, and she has a scene in the shower.
Okay.
Also a scene in a threesome with Keanu Reeves.
Okay.
Showed some parts. That was very nice. But she was also in the movie I saw last year called War Dogs. And she's also in the new Blade Runner film. Oh. She's most likely playing a replicant.
Yeah.
But she has a very striking look to her. Okay. A very striking look to her. It's the eyes and the lips that's very striking about her.
But still with her, you want a contracted slavery going on.
We need negotiation. And only because, I don't have the extensive history.
Right.
Now, granted, maybe after Blade Runner...
Yeah.
And she gets more roles. Oh, well,
We'll renegotiate.
But if I were to say right now, I'm there, but not there.
So if she comes knocking at the door, you take her out for coffee and talk things over. You don't just hop right in the car.
Yeah. Last one, I will hop in the car for. Yeah. Emily Ratajkowski. Okay. She was first, I think everybody first saw her in Blurred Lines. The one, don't watch this version at work.
Yes. Either version of it.
Right? Either version, but don't watch the one that you really know her from. Right. Yeah, I've seen her in a couple movies. I don't think I really care.
Can you name one?
Gone Girl.
Okay. Because all I can think of is Blurred Lines.
I think she looked up at getting Gone Girl because that's... I mean, she's not a main character, but she was in it. Yeah. And again, she did sex scenes with Ben Affleck. Okay. So, I was like, oh, didn't expect to see that, but I'm happy that it's there.
So she will always be known for her assets.
Actually, it's funny. She recently said she doesn't get parts because of her assets. And it's like, no, but, I mean, if you're trying to go for a nerdy looking or kind of a Jane Schmo, you're not in.
Not gonna work.
I'm sorry. No. Actually, she was in that show called Easy. That the thing I saw Mark Maron in. Yeah. Again, she showed off assets. It's like, I'm not saying you're not an intelligent person, but definitely with her, it's like, we're going. Yeah. We're going.
And she'll be playing Blurred Lines when she picks you up in the car there.
Why not?
Yeah. It's like...
Well, with the ones that are definitely like, we're going,
Mm-hmm.
they don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
With Anna, maybe... Can you show me Blade Runner before it comes out?
Yeah, if you give me these perks, then we can definitely make something work.
Yeah. So that is a particular category I'm in where it's just no questions.
Yeah.
So
let's get it. I think we have time for a couple more honorable mentions in here.
I think I said Lily Collins.
Mm-hmm.
I want to emphasize more, but
yeah.
I think the last episode more or less said my piece on that.
Yeah. Which, by the way, the last vote was 50-50 on Phil Collins versus
Peter
Gabriel.
Wow.
But Donatello did win Best Ninja Turtle. So. And you're wearing purple today, so that's very appropriate.
We've talked about Alison Brie.
Yeah.
A side note,
mm-hmm.
Alison Brie was on Seth Meyers this week.
Okay.
She wore a very plunging dress.
Yeah.
And I am thankful for her decision in Glow that I don't have to know what certain things look like anymore.
Right. Yeah. And that's a Netflix original, so it'll always be there.
Thank you, Netflix, and thank you, Alison Brie.
Yes.
Just, putting that out there.
Yes.
Chloe Bennett.
Oh, of course.
Now,
would she be on your crush list before Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Or without
Agents? I had no idea who she was before Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay. So no.
I mean, will I follow her after Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Mm. Yeah, but if you're trying to tell me, did I know who she was before?
Now, would you watch a movie called Searching for Fellini with her in it? Does she have that kind of draw to you?
Ooh, good question. Yeah.
Because, I watched R.I.P.D. because of Jeff Bridges, but if it would have had Chris Pratt, I might not have watched it.
That's a hard-hitting one.
Yeah.
I did not expect that.
I'm here for the difficult questions.
I'm going to say no.
Yeah?
I'm going to say no.
It's a different level of
I'm going to say no right now.
Yeah.
It's got to be a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying In Search of Fellini isn't.
It could be a great movie, who knows?
But just drawing...
Now, if it was Marvel's In Search of Fellini and she was in it, then yeah. You find out that Fellini is a new Inhuman.
I'm only going to... I have more on my list, but, for time, I'm only going to mention a couple more.
Yeah.
Sarah Hyland.
Okay.
Her eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Something about her eyes.
Well, where do you know her from? Let our audience know here.
I don't really know her from anything, but the majority of people who know her from Modern Family.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever really watched Sarah Hyland do stuff.
Okay.
But in the age of social media, you don't have to.
That's true.
And I guess I know her from her Instagram stories.
Oh, nice.
I look forward to them when she uploads it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Another one. Let's see, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 more.
Okay.
Jamie Chung.
Yeah.
And that I can say I can be a little hipsterish on. Just a slight bit, because most people know her now from Once Upon a Time, coming soon, The Gifted, the X-Men show. She's playing Blink.
Okay.
But I knew her when she was Hooters Girl #1. I'd pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
Oh, okay.
And then she got a role that I thought was going to be a good movie. In hindsight, I should have not listened to any instinct I had at the moment, but called Dragon Ball Evolution.
Oh.
I liked her.
Yeah.
I didn't like anything else in the movie, but hey.
Literally.
But she was a great part.
Yeah.
And followed her since, so.
So you're the one person that saw that film?
No, me and a mutual friend also saw
it.
I think we were the only one in there. Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you afterwards an more embarrassing story about Dragon Ball Evolution.
Okay.
Another one.
I mean, the fact you saw it is embarrassing enough.
Oh, there's more. There's more.
And you paid to see it.
I did. Oh, it gets worse. Oh. Maybe we'll say it again in another podcast.
Yeah.
If we have another bad movie chat, I'll tell the story to the public. But since we're not on that subject, really. Yeah. Kristen Ritter.
Oh, yeah.
Kristen Ritter borders that. You know what? I think she borders. She's skirting into the I don't want to look at you that way.
Is it because of Jessica Jones?
No, I think.
Is it because of Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is because of Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
Because she did do a show called Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23.
Yeah.
And
she couldn't help but look at her in that. I mean,
no, I couldn't help with that. But Jessica Jones is helping with that.
Yeah.
granted, she's done photo shoots and certain roles since then that show off certain assets. It's like,
yeah,
I'm so conflicted right now. Like, I know I like this, but
yeah,
should I like it?
it's like, well, I'm not Catholic. Why am I feeling this much guilt?
Yes.
Yeah.
But with her, I think she more than Chloe Bennett will make me watch movies I particularly wouldn't if she wasn't in it.
Okay. Searching for Fellini?
Yes.
Because I think that's going to be the new standard for if you actually follow someone.
Well, whenever I actually watch it, I will tell you if it's actually a good movie or not.
Right.
But yeah, she is. I definitely have things in my queue and or watch things because she is in them.
Okay.
So a little more than Chloe Bennett on that.
Yeah.
But physical, looks wise, Chloe Bennett has that one. Only because I'm starting to become Catholic with Kristen Ritter.
Right. Kristen Ritter also falls in that weird cloning DNA category of Katy Perry and Zooey Deschanel and all these. It's like, where are they hiding the original that they're getting all these from?
Lastly, and I guess it's a good transition, this is someone that has transformed into full respect. Like, I feel maybe almost like Brie Larson. Like, don't look at her that way.
Yeah.
Emma Stone.
Okay. I can see that.
But Emma Stone's never really done work that I looked at her for more than just, like physical attributes. Mm-hmm. Like, she's always done parts where she plays like that cute girl, but it's her acting that really strikes you.
It is, yeah.
So,
and honestly, I always look at her hair first.
Yeah.
Her characters always have really good hair.
They do.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And, Emma Stone is that, don't look at her that way. Yeah. Oh my goodness, she's like, she's wearing a tight dress. Look at her face. Yeah. Face is here. Right. Face is here.
My eyes are up here.
Yes. Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
So that would be... I didn't have fancy categories like you, but I guess I ended up having fancy categories. Yeah. So
you just wrote yours out a little bit more wild.
Yeah. So that would be the extent of it. Obviously, if you would like to take a picture also for the for the Instagram of both our lists.
Well, I was crossing mine off as we went along.
But, you still have a list. You can see that there's some I left out. Just shows you how tough this how tough this was for me.
We had to leave stones unturned.
So there's that.
Okay.
And that's our episode.
Yeah.
Join us next week
for another episode.
We will be talking, hopefully. Well, our plan is to talk about San Diego Comic-Con, because that's happening right now as we speak. Yeah. And we assume great things, as we even speak right now, are being presented, and we have loads of things to talk about. Yeah. But we never know. They might suck.
They might. It might be a lot of the same old, same old. We'll
or in the opposite way. They could announce stuff, and we may hate it. So it may be a hating-filled episode. Yeah. We don't know. You don't know. Come join us.
Tune in to see. Until next And that's it for this week, folks. Thank you again for listening. And remember, you can follow us on social media. We are on Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. All you've got to do is go to one of those sites, type in And the Beard. That's ANDTHEBEARD, and you're sure to find us. We hope to see you there. Have a great week.